Good afternoon, friends. How are you? I'm Dr. Tanushri Purohit. I am an associate professor in marketing area. So previous to academics, I worked in the industry in the area of marketing and sales for around 9 years, and now into academics and also a lot of experience in training and development of students as well as corporates. And along with academics, it's my interest area to groom students for the industry, and so almost 19 years of experience into this, so it's a great opportunity for me to interact with you all today. And the topic I chose today I felt was very relevant for you all. Since you are getting into the university in the process of getting starting your college life, university life, so you have years for yourself to develop yourself before you face the industry. Since the environment is dynamic, what small changes you need to make to get adapt yourself to the environment, get ready to face the industry. So if you look at in today's world, the organizations are giving most importance to the who factor, that is the people factor. They feel the people are the asset for themselves, their organization. So it's the people who are looking, they're looking at the right kind of people who want to grow themselves as well as along with the growth of the organization. So it's the people who make all the difference in the organization. So they are very critical in choosing the right kind of people who stay with them for a longer period of time, who are completely see themselves growing with the organization. So they see people with the right kind of abilities who can merge with their organization. So today's organization feel that people are the core competence of their companies. So the industry looks for some skill sets, and believe me, those skill sets are not born with, you can develop those skill sets. So those people look at organization, look at those skill sets so that they can really bring in the valuable people who can add value to their growth process, to their organization. So if you look at what exactly the industry is looking at, since the environment is so dynamic and changes are so fast, it's beyond our imagination. So it's very necessary to arm yourself with the right kind of tools and right kind of strengths to be a part of the industry. So you have to make yourself stand out among the others. You all know that the competition is so high. So it's like you have to make yourself, how can you make yourself different? How can you send those messages to the person when they are interviewing you? So you have to firstly believe in yourself that you can add value, and at the same time live in the reality. And so with armed with your degree and all, you have definitely can become successful. So some of the skill sets what industry looks at is your they look at person who has that flair of understanding what they want in their career. They are aware of their own strengths. How do they have an aptitude of solving problems? Are a happy personality, look forward to learning new things? Are they goal oriented? Have an ambition, have a spark to do something new? Can they think independently? And look at success at work. They look forward to enjoy the success in their work. So these are certain skill set. It's not necessary everybody has everything. So you have to kind of develop certain skill sets among yourself, to be part of the industry, to make your growth ladder very fast in the industry. So Sachin, before I go forward, there was a pre-poll question, so I would like to have the answers for them.
Sure, ma'am.
So yeah.
Dear participants, we have started a poll. What
Yeah.
challenge excites you the most in your life right now? Please answer the poll. We are still getting the results.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yeah. So 38% of the
Okay,
participants mention learning new skills is their
okay,
challenge which excites them the most in their life right now. 15%
okay,
mention they want to see the world.
okay,
46% are saying they want to get into their dream job. Very nice.
okay.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's great results. So most of the participants, I believe, are open to learn new skills. That's a really, really positive thing. And I believe that's the, right attitude. At this stage, when you have 2 to 3 years with yourself to, grow. So learning a new skills, learning, adding value to your degree is the, right way to go forward. So because see, have to look at every avenue as an opportunity. Even this lockdown period could be an opportunity for you to learn something new, because the world is not standstill, things are happening. If you read newspapers, you must have read that TVS Motor Company has acquired Britain's Norton motorcycle. So see, the things are happening, businesses are going on. But yes, there is a standstill, but things are also happening. So you have to look at every situation as an opportunity, ignite your thought process. So along with your decision for opting for a degree which you have already done, maybe, so you can have some value addition, some certification courses which can make your candidature really strong. So if you look at first step as in what should you do to make yourself more progressive, more become industry ready, is self awareness and self acceptance. So that is the first step. You need to be aware of yourself. You have to understand yourself. You have to accept the person you are. So self awareness makes learning more compassionate. Okay, so you have to look inward. You have to identify your core strengths and also core weaknesses, because until and unless you know your weaknesses, how would you rectify them? How would you change yourself to convert your weakness to your positive points? So you have to bring a synchronization among yourself and your outer self. So first steps towards it to understand who you are. So the day you accept yourself, you stop fighting with your inner self. You are at a more calmer position. You are at a more say a position to understand yourself and stop proving the world who you are not. So accept yourself, the person you are, with all your qualities, whether positive or negative. So it helps you to make a proactive encouragement, it gives you positive changes. So and it makes you to take proactive steps towards your self development. Okay, so you can work more creatively, and it can lead to better decision making, and thus making you more confidence. So accept yourself, identify your strength, and have a very, very positive image about yourself. Here I'm not talking about your physical positive image, it's the image of your inner image I'm talking about. Your how do you see yourself? If you see yourself positively, the world will see you in a positive light. So it's to have a positive attitude towards yourself and in life in general. Throw out the negativity out of the window. So think, don't, but don't forget the reality also. Be aware of the reality. Work towards addressing, those things. So again, you need to work inside out. Nothing can stop you from achieving your goals and ambitions. Once you know yourself, what you want, once you know yourself, then you know what exactly you are looking at in your life. So stop criticizing yourself. Okay, so even for a small thing, get up in the morning, see the mirror, and smile and say, I can do it. And believe me, you can do it. Okay, so do things that interest you, dress well for your positivity, and be yourself. See the confidence level it gives you, and the changes. Believe me, if you practice for a week, the changes will automatically be, you can see the changes. And once you understand yourself, the second step, very important step in our life, is structuring our life. So it is not that we cannot do everything together. So we have to structure our life, take things forward in a phased manner. Okay, so once you are clear about your goals, vision, and you have more clarity about yourself, then you can structure your thoughts. Which way are you going? Don't try to do everything together. Ignite that wheel of change in a phased manner. If you do too many things together, then there is always a confusion. Do structurally, do step by step, take small steps. There is time, take small steps, and there is no end to learning. Okay, so changing and becoming adaptive to the environment is absolutely essential. And believe me, people who adopt, they grow very, very fast. Okay, so take small steps, understand, do it in a phased manner, what you want to do in coming 6 months. Then after doing that, and again start planning for the year coming together, so that by the time you're out with your degree, you're a lot knowledgeable person, and you have a lot of skills which you can share. Next step is, when you are thinking of making changes in yourself, do the right changes. Okay, focus on the right changes when you are taking small steps. Take feedback, have industry mentors. Vision somebody who read lot of success stories and see how those famous personalities have done those changes. Nobody reaches the top in a day or a year. It takes years. It takes years, efforts of a long time to reach that position. So you have to understand, you have to see what right changes are they giving some positive results to you. Are you you know do you feeling are you feeling those changes in yourself? So first step, become aware, make structures, make plans to bring those changes, start adapting to things, and do the right things, do the right changes. So take small step to give your personality a boost. So, and again, look inward also, that what any situation, any meeting you have gone to which has not come out right, think about what went wrong and how you can do those things differently, and how would you have done those things differently to bring out the positive and say outcomes. Next step, I would say, there are two types of personalities, that is planner as well as the doer. And the planner is somebody who plans a lot, who does who are very deliberate and focused bunch of people, who are who want to do things in a very, very planned manner, and do not want. But what happens to them, they think very strategically, though they set goals for their vision and the work they want to do. And what happens sometimes, they get stuck up also. So they have to bring flexibility. And doers are people who are masters in action, who do things very fast. That comes naturally to them. And they try to find out logical situations and logical solutions for different situations. And believe me, the organization wants both the planner as well as the doer. Nobody, so every person should have some part of planner in themselves and some part of doer in themselves. So you can work towards getting yourself into a mode of planning as well as doing. Because sometimes what happens when a doer, when they do things very fast, or they things do very impulsively, sometimes they are stuck, and sometimes actions may go wrong also. So a little planning along with action needs to take place. Okay, so it's like you have to plan and do more smartly as well as efficiently. And organizations are always, industry is always looking for people who are blend of planner as well as doer. So some people have the planner part more in themselves and as in their personality, and rest have doer part more. So you have to inculcate those habits of being, having those both kind of personality traits among in your within you. So again, knowledge is very, very important. So it's an environment, it is so dynamic, it's so disruptive, it's changing from from minute to minute. So the only way to adapt to the environment, to be with those dynamic changes, is reading. So you have to arm yourself with the knowledge. Read, read, read. That's the only way. When you have knowledge, you can speak. And again, believe me, it's the regular and the varied reading. Suppose, for example, you might be interested in sports. And if you only keep reading about sports, would you be able to answer industry questions? Would you be able to understand all the kind of macro environment factors and micro environment factors which is happening in your country, or maybe the industry of your choice? So it's the variety of reading you should focus on and make it a regular habit. It shouldn't be something intermittent. It has to be a regular. It should come within. It should be, practiced. It should be something like, if you don't read, you should not be able to sleep. So you should read every day, adapt, you bring, update your knowledge, update your information. So because if you read, if you regularly knowledge, if you have a, you can speak, it will come from within yourself. Then you don't, your words, your sentences will form automatically in your mind when you read. So identify the industries. You have already identified your streams maybe. So identify the industry or your dream organizations where you want to work. Try to read about them. See, follow those organizations. See that what are the industry trends are. Okay, so and follow the people, successful people in those industry, and see what their success stories are. Get full knowledge. Okay, and when you read, it increases your vocabulary. Your critical thinking becomes stronger when you are full with knowledge, and you can apply those knowledge into actions also. And of course your writing skills also say improves a lot. It makes you a more creative person, and it gives your it's reading is an exercise for your brain. Its memory is in for your boost. So again, when you read, when you have knowledge, you become a well-rounded person. Your well-rounded person will automatically fit into the industry in a much better way. So next step is understanding what is personal effectiveness. So when you talk of personal effectiveness, is what you have in yourself. Okay, so what you have in yourself, put the best foot forward. Put your best forward. Whatever you do, add value to do. Do whatever you do with lot of passion. So when you do something with creativity, when you do something with lot of interest, when you do something with lot of passion, it creates a shine. Gives a shine to your personality, and it ignites the power within you. It creates an aura of yourself. Aura is the shine which you have on your face, which you have in your personality. And believe me, when you are going for an interview, the way you enter the door is, your half the job is done. So the way you talk, walk, and what you have from your inside, what comes from your inside, the vibes which comes, have a lot of positive effect on the person across to you. So here, have clarity, what you are doing. So don't hesitate to try new things. Don't hesitate in taking a risk maybe. So streamline your outer and inner image. Be committed to what you are doing. Do it with full interest, full commitment, and take responsibility in what you're doing. Start practicing this, and you will see it's not only you will see, the world will see that there is a change in yourself, how your personality is developing. So these 2 3 years before you go into the job market, before you go into the industry, is very very important for you to develop yourself. You have time along with your academics wherein you can focus on these activities, and this effort has to come from within you, that I have to do it. So critical thinking is the most important skill in today's date, is what industry is looking at. And critical thinking is not something you have to think, very technical or maybe the right solution. It could be there could be a problem in the industry, there could be a situation in the industry. So the industry looks at how you approach to that situation with logical thinking. Okay, so with logical thinking, kind of solutions you come out with that for that situation. And out of the solution, which is the best one, you pick. So this is in simple terms is critical thinking. You think, you come out with logical reasons and choose the right solution, which is more advisable for that situation. So most employers look for this skill when they are interacting with a candidate. They might ask you different kind of situations, questions. They might give you different kind of situations to solve. They might ask you to solve a problem. So how you come to that, how you approach to that problem is very, very important, with your thought process, with your knowledge, with your skills. How you approach to that problem is very, very important. So start thinking in a logical way, start applying your knowledge to situations wherein you can understand the situations better. So it's a skill you need to develop. Nobody is born with that kind of skill, and it's not a difficult skill which you cannot develop yourself. So because you have to practice it to develop it. Okay, so you start understanding yourself, read a lot of case studies, see what is happening in the industry. How would you have yourself reacted in that kind of a situation is very, very important. So world is full of complexity, and every organization, every employer needs employees who has critical thinking skills. So it's one of the most sought after, one of the most in demand skill, which the industry is looking at in today's day. So another something which is completely imperative, which is completely you cannot ignore, is your communication and effective communication. Now when we come to communication, the thing which comes to our mind always is English communication, conversing in English. That's essential. That is essential. Nobody can deny the fact that this is essential. But most foremost, what is important is communicate. Are you able to communicate? Communicate means, are you effectively putting your thoughts into action in your communication? Is the person who is sitting opposite to you, is he able to comprehend completely what you are saying? Are you able, what is going in your mind, are you able to put forward those thoughts effectively across? So that is important first. Once you are able to think clearly with clarity, you can speak with clarity, you can speak your thought process, you can give your ideas. Okay, so first and foremost, it is important to communicate, how to put forward your thoughts. Okay, how to put forward your thoughts in an effective manner. So then comes the English. Yes, English is important when you are going for an interview. There is no second question. And it has to be practiced. It has to be practiced. It has to be practiced every day to get a hold on to it. It is nothing, nobody is born with it. Everybody learns that. So why can't you learn it? So everybody can learn it. Some people are good in communication, English, some are not. Everybody has a say regional effect in our country in communication. That is perfectly fine, as long as you are communicating with confidence, as long as you are clear in your thoughts, what you are communicating is, it's completely fine, how you are speaking. So but be proactive when you are speaking, apply your knowledge, show confidence, add value to what you are speaking. And very important, while you are speaking, while you are facing somebody, while you are facing the industry, is listen carefully. Until and unless you listen carefully, you will never understand what you want to speak. So if you listen carefully, so those moments when you are listening, you can always construct your thoughts in your mind. You can pay attention to what the other person is speaking, while you are listening, you can, construct your thoughts, construct your words into sentences, and then speak. So when you speak with a construction, it is always clear, and the message goes clear to the other person. So when we are speaking of communication, we are speaking of verbal communication. This what I spoke about was verbal communication. And very importantly, non-verbal communication is also very important. Develop your soft skills. Sometimes body language speaks more than words. So it is how you are moving your hands, what are your facial expressions are. Is everybody, when you are in front of the industry, when you are in front of the interview board, they notice that how your hands are moving, whether you are making an say eye contact or not, and when you're shaking your hands, is it a firm handshake or not. So focus on your skill development also. They see, when they ask different questions, see, they see the development of soft skills in you also. So they see whether are you a team player or not, or how you constructively approach to situations or not. So these are small things. If you practice every day, it will automatically come. And if you practice for 2 3 years, it will be a part of your personality then. So I'll suggest, start practicing communicating. Maybe take up a small article every day and speak in front of the mirror. See yourself how you're speaking. See how yourself, how your hand movements are, how your body language is, how your facial expressions are. So observe, make the changes. There are a lot of YouTube videos also. So understand, see them, and practice them, and see the change in yourself. Next very important part of getting industry ready is upskilling yourself. So upskilling is very very important, and the journey should not stop anytime. Even we upskill ourselves. Everybody at every stage of their career, you have to upskill yourself. So apart from your degree which you have enrolled for, or are you planning to enroll, see what other value addition certifications you do. So maybe a course in Excel. So when when the industry asks you, when the interview board asks you, do you know Excel, instead of just saying I know Excel, you can say, yes, I love Excel. I like making I love making reports in Excel. I can teach Excel to other people also. So this would, the kind of answer would create, give an image that yes, you are passionately into Excel. You have a hold on that. So start upskilling yourself. Addition in knowledge in the field of your interest is very very important. So whether you're into management, whether you're into commerce, whether you're to engineering, biotechnology, so upskill into small certifications, to your candidature. So this skills, add to your flair, give flair to your personality. So there are so many online courses in today's date. Even in during this time, Harvard University is giving free online courses. So it is like, do additional certifications for yourself, which makes you a very very strong candidate for your job. Another important part is experiential learning, learning by with your experience. So, and when you have some experience in certain field, here experience does not mean doing a job. So experience could be in form of a project. Experience could be in a form of a case study analysis. Experience could be in form of a simulation. Experience could be in form of a small internship also. So here experiential learning, because if you do something, if you learn something by doing it, you completely understand it. So you have, when you talk, you have practical solutions for it. So here at Amity University, we focus a lot on experiential learning of the students across all institutions, across all courses. So so that when the students are out of the university, they are well versed with what their subject area is, how the real life situations are, how how you have experienced that situation. And when you have experienced that situation, you can reflect upon it, come out with new solutions to it. You can conceptualize new ideas when you have experience. So industry sees that yes, if you have an experience, you have analyzed a situation, if you have written a small article on it, or maybe done a small project, so it definitely adds value to it. So you should always take up, you should never go forego any opportunity of learning. You should always take up whatever opportunity comes to you of experiential learning, of getting connected with the industry, of doing small projects, small internships. So never, you could always approach your faculty members for department, show your interest that you want to do, you want to get connected to the industry and want to learn more in the real life field. Okay, so anything, any avenue which comes to your field to understand that, please never forget that. Always jump to that opportunity to learn your say new things by experience. So next, again, the next part is creating a feedback circle. So you have, let's take it step by step. You are aware of yourself, you've started having a positive image, you've started learning new things, and adding qualifications, certifications to your candidate. Why feedback is important? Sometimes it is important to get feedback from people. It may be your parents, maybe your good friends, and your faculty members, anybody whom you can trust, anybody, your in some industry mentor. See, are you, whatever you are doing, is it in the right direction? Are you moving in the right direction? Would it adding is it adding to your skill enhancement? So some would you like to make some changes in it? So start getting feedback. Also, you can ask for genuine feedbacks. Even sometimes if you write a blog, then also people give feedback on you, on kind of writing you are writing there. So take that response, take that opinion, take those ratings from the people you trust, and take that feedback and see what you are is there some loopholes, if there's something wrong, what more you can do. So feedback is always not criticizing. Feedback is positive feedback, what more you can do to enhance your personality. Next and the last foremost is be hungry for success. You have to be hungry for success to move forward. So you have to visualize yourself, have a positive visualization about yourself, that you are going to be successful in the industry, you're going to get your dream job. So if you visualize that, you will be working towards that. So start when you taste success, it's an amazing feeling. So start inculcating in yourself that yes, you are going to be successful and nothing is going to stop that. So don't be complacent and don't keep trying, find different ways, different roadmaps to grow. And always learn from your mistakes, analyze the situations and see what went wrong and how would you have done that differently. So once you do differently, it is what you could have done differently, what you could have done in a new way, what new things you could have said. So understand, analyze all situations, just retrospect, go back and see what you have done, how you can do differently, and just throw out the negative thoughts from the window, banish all negative thoughts. Think, bring in positivity, try to find positive things in your failure also. And it's and the change, these small changes will really help you to get industry ready. So by the time in these 2 3 years you start practicing these small things, and you'll see the change in yourself, you'll be a completely different person who is ready. And the knowledge, when you have a lot of knowledge, when you have a lot of things in yourself, you can say those things those things shows in your personality, those things will automatically come up when you talk to the person, talk to people. So be strong, stay positive, think confidently and focus is very important. If you keep deviating yourself, then you get confused. So the focus is very important. Arm yourself with skill. I'm sure you'll be definitely successful. So believe in yourself, you'll be there. All the best for your future. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
Sachin,
Sure, ma'am.
yeah.
Dear
So
participants, we
I
have
can
a
have
poll.
questions. Yeah, you can have the poll, please, first.
Sure, ma'am.
Yeah.
I've started the poll. Dear participants, please attend to the poll. The results are, ma'am, 25% of the participants are suggesting that it is the path. 62% are suggesting it
Okay.
is a journey. 12%
Okay.
are suggesting it is a ladder. 0% on the road
Okay.
and 0% for the boundary crossing.
Okay, that's great. So I feel most of you are on the right track. You're thinking where you think, yes, your life is a journey. Path is something, journey is a more broader term. When you meet new people, when you learn new things, there are ups and downs in life. Okay, so journey is a more broader term. So looking things in a, wholesome, holistic way. So your life and career should be a journey to yourself where you of course want to grow up the ladder and go into the successful path of it. So yes, it is. I think you all are in right thing. I'd be really happy if you could practice few things what we have discussed today. And I'm open for the question answers, Sachin, if any
Yes.
questions are there.
The question that we have received is from Rishabh.
Yeah.
Uh, how to choose a course that college is offering?
Okay, so Rishabh, you need to analyze what interests you. First, the course choosing a course depends on what is your interest area. So, what is your background? What is your interest area, and what you want to do in life? Okay, so you choose a course according to that. Talk to the counselors when you come to the university. When you come to our university, see what are the different opportunities in the different courses you have. So out of the courses based on your interest area, maybe you can shortlist through three courses which you want to do. Okay, so then look forward within those courses, what are the job opportunities, what is the industry like. So it could more narrow down to you. And apart from that, you can look at into very once you choose the right kind of course for yourself, then you can choose a lot of value addition certifications for that also. So Amity also gives you a lot of opportunity to have those certifications also. So the my advice would be Rishabh, is to understand your interest area first. What interests you and what kind of career you would be comfortable with. Are you good in maths? Are you good in analytical skills? Are you a people's person, or maybe a more team player? So analyze your strengths, analyze your skills, and talk to career counselors and see what interest area is there, and which you can develop, which you can do more passionately. I hope that Rishabh, you have got your answer. Yeah.
Rishabh, to add to it, we
Any
have
other
a
question?
psychometric test available on our website, met.edu/gurugram. You can go for a career test over there, and there are only four questions
Yeah.
that defines that madam just suggested. I think that will also
Yeah.
solve your major of the query, and then you can speak to our
Yes.
counselors for
Yes.
further discussions. The next question, ma'am, I have
Yeah.
received is: I am a creative person and a people's person, but I
Okay.
have chosen BTech in computer science as my course. Do you think it
Okay.
is relevant for a creative person like me?
See, a creative person remains creative, whichever course you have chosen. There is, a lot of creativity you can add to your BTech degree also. It's not that your creativity will stop, by doing a BTech computer science. And being a people's person, being a team player, in any industry, any organization you go, that's the biggest strength you have. Okay, so so whether you go into finance, whether you go into say commerce, whether you go into a technical field, being a people person, being a team player, is it's the one of the biggest strength which the organizations are looking at. That solves that. And then whatever your reasons must be for choosing BTech computer science, I'm sure you must have done your detailed analysis on that, and it's a good field, it's a growing field. So you can add creativity, a lot of creative to that. So two things are there: either creativity is your hobby, or you can want to make it your career choice. So once you have done your with your BTech degree, you can blend your hobby with your say degree with your hobby also. So creative, there is a choice of career, and there's a choice of say uh, putting your hobby as your career. So it's always logical think that what the degree you have chosen, what kind of prospects you are there, where do you see yourself 5 to 6 years by acquiring that degree. Okay, so I'm sure if you have chosen BTech computer science, that must be say logical decision process which you have taken after discussing with your say counselors, after discussing with your say parents, and after looking at the career prospects of that. So I don't think your creativity gets diminished or creativity is subdued by doing computer science. So your creative, you can always add creativity to what you are doing. So, and being a people person will always make you a very well rounded employee. Okay.
The next
Yeah.
question is, I this year I'll be taking admission at MIT Gurgaon for BBA. Can you please suggest what college
Okay.
offers to improve on the topic that you have suggested? In
Oh,
terms of the,
BBA, see, in management courses, what we, yeah. So, when you enroll into a management degree with Amity, there are n number of value additions which you will be getting, right from foreign language to your personality development to industry, industry integration, to your developing of your behavioral attitude, developing your communication. The list is endless. So into all courses, it's not just BBA, across all courses across our Gurgaon campus and Amity campuses, you get exposure to lot many things apart from your academics. When I was talking with experiential learning, you get we as when we are developing the course, when we are developing the course, we always take industry feedback that what they want in our our students. So we try to put those things in our syllabus, develop you accordingly. Lot of say exposure to case analysis, lot of exposure to simulation projects. Simulation is putting you into the real life say industry situations. Lot of industry visits, mentoring with the we have 3 tier mentoring system. So we have mentored your faculty members and as well as mentoring from your industry partners also. So when you are out of your say university, when you are done your degree and your courses, you are already you have a lot of value additions in terms of certificates, in terms of foreign language, in terms of industry exposure and industry mentoring. So and lot of reading, lot of focus. So when we talk of teaching in management or other areas in the university, it's lot of with case studies, lot of say situation analysis. So it's just not purely academics. In today's days, academics is blend with practical implementation of academics. Yeah.
thank you, ma'am. The next question is, I have just passed my 12th and I want to be a public figure, speak to people and share experiences. Can you please suggest me a good course?
Okay. um, for being a public figure, and you have to choose an area where you want to experience it, where you want, what you want to speak about. First important thing is, if you want to become a public figure and if you want to speak, you have to have experience in your life. So if you don't have those experiences, what will you speak about it? Okay, so maybe there are courses in public relations, maybe there are courses in journalism. We have courses in journalism, there's courses in mass media, wherein you can enroll and develop those skills, where you are connected to people more, where you are connected to media more, and you can take forward your thinking process, you can take forward what you think. But you have to choose an area, you have to gain that experience first, and understand the nitty-gritties of the life, understand what actually is happening. So in this actually happening, the situation around you, the environment around you, the what is happening in your country also, so it all matters. So there are a lot of courses in public relations, there are courses in journalism which you can do, and I think that could take you forward in this direction.
The next question is I'm completing M Pharmacy and plans to do PhD.
Okay.
Please suggest.
Okay. PhD, if you want to have a career in research and development and academics, then yes, PhD is the right way. So, seeing the, in your pharmacy area where you want to do the PhD, whether from this country, whether from outside. So, you have to do a little research, as in what area you want to do PhD in pharmacy. So which areas, where these areas have those specialization, which universities have specialization in this area. So, and you can apply to those university. Even at Amity Gurgaon, we have Amity Institute of Pharmacy, wherein say a lot of experienced faculty are there. You can come and meet them and talk about your interest area, research area. Those faculties have a high acclaim on research and development in pharmacy. So I would suggest you can visit our campus, visit the Department of Pharmacy, and talk to those people and understand, because when you want to do research, you have to be very clear in what area you want to do your PhD in, what is within pharmacy, what is your interest area. So if you have clarity in your area, it's very good. Otherwise, you can come to our campus, talk to the come in the Department of Pharmacy and speak to the head of the department and faculty members, speak about your interest area and see what they suggest, and the best place for you to enroll in a PhD program.
The next question is I'm passionate about flying like a commercial pilot, but I don't have that age, so I'm pursuing in BBA course. Is it right?
Yeah, I think that is perfectly fine. You can have a management degree and then maybe pursue for your flying qualification. I think that would be perfectly fine, and I think it would add value add to your flying career also, because your concepts of management, it will be a lot clear, and say managing is everywhere, managing people, managing situations is everywhere. I think BBA course would able to help you in your career.
The next question is I've just completed 12th. What are the top three things that you would suggest me so that I can be into a successful career?
Top three things is: first, analyze which is your area of interest. Analyze what you want to do, where you see yourself 5 6 7. Don't think for 10 years, think for 5 years only. Within 5 years, where you want to see yourself, you know take the first step. Once you are clear that what area you are want to specialize in, which is your area of interest, then choose the right degree. Choose the right degree which is of your area of interest. So while choosing the degree, see where you can get the all round development in your personality, all round complete, the right institute, the right university. As I said, when we talk of and degrees in our university, in Amity University, we not only focus on academics, we focus on your or 360-degree round development in your personality as a complete person along with your degree. So first analyze yourself, talk to your parents, and see what is your interest area, what do you want to do, what is, and it's like, do you have the capabilities of doing that? Are you good in maths? Are you good in more fine arts subjects? Are you, what kind of area interest you? Does commerce interest you? Does science interest you? So analyze yourself, which is the area of your interest. Once you're clear about of your interest area, then you can choose a degree, then you can choose the right kind of course for you and the right kind of institute, because these three things are very, very important for your complete development to make you industry ready in the coming years.
Dear participants, we are short of time, so I'll take two more questions now. So, ma'am, the one question that I've received is, ma'am,
Yeah.
I'm sometimes get irritated when I get feedback. So, how I should
Okay.
be taken care for this? Because I can understand that people must be saying good for me, but they understand. I mean, I feel it in a way where no, I am so much honest, so much doing hard work, and something like this. I mean, he has given us a lot of
Okay.
explanation in the question also. Can you please
Yeah.
suggest
Okay.
how I should take the constructive feedback?
See, as I said, feedback is very important, but don't let people over criticize you also. Okay? Sometimes you put a stop on that also. Very, very amicably. Don't get irritated. Go control your anger. For that, I would suggest meditate for 5 minutes in the morning. Okay? Meditate for 5 minutes in the morning, calm your thoughts. Take criticism in a positive way, but don't take criticism for people who are irrelevant. If your parents are telling you something, please understand. If your good friends are telling you, understand. If your faculty members are telling you, understand. Therefore, you're good. But don't take irrelevant feedback from people who are not concerned with you, who do not matter to you, who are not, don't go asking feedback to those people. As when I was discussing the feedback part, I was, very cleared from whom you should take the feedback. Feedback from trusted people who really want you to be successful in life. But even if you receive feedback, the very important part is calmness. Calmness, close your ears. We hear a lot of things in today's date. There's so much of information we keep hearing, so our mind is full of information. So we need to filter the right kind of information. We need to look at what we should keep within ourselves and what we should delete. So understand who are giving you feedback, what kind of feedback. If they are right for you, please implement them and see what you are doing. Your efforts are never wasted. Maybe your close people are giving you feedback because they are seeing that you are doing a genuine effort. So that's why they are giving you a constructive feedback, so that you can do it in a more constructive way. But feedback from irrelevant people also, you should stop hearing and calm your mind. Do meditation for 5 minutes in the morning. Think positive things about you. Think of the positive environment, and you will feel yourself you're a more calmer person.
Thank you, ma'am. It was a wonderful session. I would request you to kindly conclude the session.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm happy to answer your questions. If you have any query, you are most welcome to visit our university, meet me, and talk to me. I'll be always there. And please start implementing what we had discussed today. It's for your benefit, it's for your growth, and see the change in yourself. And most importantly, believe in yourself that you can do it. Okay? Take care. All the best. Thank you so much.